Millions of your tax dollars just went to Muslim refugees for sick purpose. Be prepared to be pissed. The left certainly does enjoy spending the taxpayers' money on useless studies and programs. Under the Obama administration, that was demonstrated as welfare programs exploded under his presidency. Not only did Obama spend Americans' hard-earned tax dollars on those who did not work, but also on Muslim refugees and illegal immigrants. One of those useless programs that Obama funded was on an exercise program for immigrants and refugees. Now, the results are in and you will live it once you see the amount spent in the results. The left is always demonizing Americans as being fat, lazy, and unenlightened. The left claims that we need to be more cultured and accepting of other people from different countries, which is why they have pushed for the massive influx of refugees and illegal immigrants to enter the country. The left also claims that these refugees are generally healthier than Americans upon entering the country. However, it is only after they are in America for a period of time do they become fat and lazy. So, the suits in Washington came up with a program that was paid by you to help these refugees stay healthy. The program was called the Healthy Immigrant Families, Working Together to Move More and to Eat Well. It was a 5-year study that attempted to create a sustainable, socio-culturally appropriate physical activity initiative for refugees in the U.S. However, only $1.6 million was wasted. Here is the description of the worthless study. Across many measures, immigrant and refugee populations arrive to the U.S. healthier than the general population, but the longer they reside in the U.S., the more they approximate the cardiovascular risk profiles of the general population. These declines are mediated, in part, by less physical activity and lower dietary quality upon immigration among both adults and their children. Given the complex socio-cultural forces that influence these behaviors, a community-based participatory research, CBPR, approach is called for to address them. The Rochester Healthy Community Partnership is a robust CBPR partnership in Rochester, Minnesota consisting of community-based organizations, health service organizations, and academics who are experienced at collectively deploying programming and outcomes assessment among immigrant and refugee populations. Community and academic partners have shared the responsibility of preparing this project. The specific aims are: 1. To develop a sustainable, socio-culturally appropriate physical activity and nutrition intervention with and for immigrant and refugee families, and 2. To evaluate the efficacy of the physical activity and nutrition intervention. The intervention framework is a series of home-based, individualized family mentoring and education session for physical activity and nutrition led by trained family health promoters from each of the participating immigrant and refugee communities: Hispanic, Somali, Sudanese, Cambodian, with opportunities for group activities. What these scientists want to prove is that these refugees are strapping specimens of health and our unhealthy American ways corrupt them. So, being the benevolent good doers of the world, they desire to help these poor unfortunate souls stay healthy. However, even with $1 million, the fact of the matter was that these refugees are not healthy when they arrive. Last year, the Washington Free Beacon reported on this useless program, and what was discovered was not surprising. Contrary to the notion that refugees are healthier than Americans, many had health problems, according to state records. 22% who directly settled in Minnesota had tuberculosis. 15% had a parasitic infection, 7% elevated blood lead, 5% had hepatitis B, and 1% had syphilis. Among secondary arrivals, or refugees who originally resettled to another state in the United States before moving to Minnesota, 32% had tuberculosis, and 12% had a parasitic infection. The government-funded project has sent community partners into mosques to talk about healthy eating and exercise. Published results for the project reveal that participants were recruited at a local mosque, where focus groups were then held for Somali men to discuss things that are difficult about being physically active. Reasons Somali men gave for not exercising included embarrassment about using unfamiliar clothes and exercise techniques in public. Somali men share information on a daily basis at the mosque, coffee shops, and markets, the researchers said. Success stories about a holistic health program may inspire community members to participate. For anyone in the government to even say that third world people are healthier than Americans is insane. These people live in the middle of the desert without clean water, medical care, and proper nourishment. They have come to the country riddled with diseases and then passed them on to healthy Americans. Diseases that have long been eradicated, such as tuberculosis and polio, have been making a comeback due to these refugees and illegals entering the country. This money was just another waste, and the taxpayers are the ones that have to suffer. There was no reason whatsoever for this program and any other program like this. We need more government accountability and transparency so that our money is not wasted like this again.